Welcome to my property refurbishment video. It has taken time to do. I bought the house in February 23. Still got a lot to do, but this is based on one, not borrowing any money, just doing it as I earn the money, finding the right people to do the work, the right builders, having time to organise it and to live in the property, see how I feel about it and decide what I want, because I've already changed my mind a million times. Plus, I wanted the house to evolve, to not just go out and buy everything that matched. I wanted everything to have a story. So I've been buying things from Rastro markets, finding things secondhand that I like, and Facebook Marketplace. So it's all taking time to make it my house, to give it my stamp. At the end of the video, you will see the garden pretty much complete, as well as the bedroom and the terrace. You will also see what came out of the false ceiling and made me scream. I work as an agent in Spain, an estate agent, but this property did not come to me that way. I lived next door, saw it was empty, knew I would love it when I saw inside, because it's a very quirky and unusual shaped property, despite the fact that it's on a hill. It has a spiral staircase going up to the living room and down to the garden. I still loved it. So I spoke to the neighbours, found the owner's lawyer, went to Malaga to track him down, made him an offer he couldn't refuse, based on the fact that I would take the property on with the problems with the paperwork that it had, which was why it wasn't advertised, because the owner was trying to rectify that, and with the cracks that was there, warts and all. After some advice from a couple of builders and people in the know, I paid the deposit. So yeah, when I bought next door, I knew it was just my stepping stone into Spain. I didn't think too much about it. It was a cheap property. I just went for it and knew it would lead me to bigger, better things. Sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet, do it, and see where life takes you. And I ended up with this one. When I purchased the first property in Spain next door to this, I actually got it as a holiday home, but I do now live here permanently. Okay, the dilemma of the tree. Here it is. So imagine when it's got leaves, it's going to be totally blocking the view and the light coming into the house. But more importantly, I've been told that it's not good for the structure of the house. The house already got cracks in it. Don't think they're caused by this tree, but it's certainly not going to do it any good. The pool was quite a big job. You can see that the garden is now clean. The 10 years worth of leaves have been shifted. About 20 large garden bags I had to move. And this building is going to be taken down, and the patio retiled. I've been quoted €3,500 for that. Seems quite high though. Great views. I've got another plan for that eventually, to make a kind of conservatory in this area. This area will be closed from this side but opened at the other end, which is my dressing room currently. The kitchen will be changed, the floor will be renewed, all the tiles off, and that will be a kitchen diner. This will be the living room. The wall with the door will be taken out and the living room will be extended onto the patio. Now just showing you upstairs. This is a nice open landing area that I think I'm just going to use as a hobby room. So now just through to another bedroom, which will be extended as well, because where the living room will be extended downstairs onto the patio, that will be a 2-story extension, I think. And the builders were just arriving as this was filmed, and they're here to fill in these cracks, to put metal bars across to pin it together and put like a plastic mesh over the top. It's called Maya in Spanish. I don't know what it's called in English. And then, of course, fill it all in. This needs a new door. And I'm going to show you onto this surprise additional patio here. A very quick glimpse. The views are stunning. We'll see it later when it's reformed into a Moroccan style. This bathroom just has a small shower, toilet and sink, which is quite handy to have upstairs near the bedroom. Everything that I buy, I'm trying to keep quite Spanish or vintage themed. That was a poster for the Carnival of Cadiz. The bedroom has now been plasterboarded so that I could use it as soon as possible. What we're looking onto there is the building that's going to be taken down to make space for the extension. This is what will be the living area. Now that was a door. It's being bricked up for now, but eventually the whole wall will come out. That's temporary till I get the building down, get the extension put on, was to keep it more warm and cosy for the first year or two at least. And these walls are going to be plasterboarded with insulation. The builders had arrived at 8 o'clock in the morning to a tiled room, fully walled, and they've got this far in it by 2 o'clock. So I think that's pretty good going. You can see the log burner there, ready to be fitted. And I'm more organised. I just needed to get my clothes in place, all part of making things comfortable whilst I'm doing the reform over the first year or two of living in this property. The chair in front we've seen earlier or later in the video, and it was left in the property, and I've reupholstered it and revarnished it. Love that. This part of the garden is under the kitchen dining area. Right at the back, there's some great storage room for leña wood in the winter, for firewood. So you can see all the moss has been cleaned. It's looking a whole lot better already. I have taken a heck of a lot of rubbish to the tip. Tip in Spanish, in case you need to know, is punto limpio. You always need to know where that is. Graham, my neighbour, giving me a tiny hand today, just so that I could sleep in the room tonight. This chair you saw earlier, that's the chair I refurbished. Hope you got a glimpse of it. And yeah, look. So just pinning the walls together with some steel bars. They will be doing them, putting some mesh across and filling them in. And thank you to my brother-in-law who arrived on holiday and helped me to remove the tree. It's coming. So progress in the garden, you're going to see a big difference right now. The ongoing saga of the garden ceiling. So above here is the living room, and I wanted to make this like an outdoor living room area, but it's taken me a long time to decide what to do and how to cover the ceiling. With very little advice, I've made my own decision and thought long and hard about it for probably a year. I've got these battens that I'm going to put on the ceiling in strips going this way, and then I'm going to pin this MDF to the batten, so there'll be a space between them and the MDF, which I am going to fill with some insulation, which I think will help the temperature upstairs, keeping the heat or the cold out. I am going to paint the MDF. I've painted this brown already, and I'm going to use turquoise to put within the stencil. Okay, so this brown's just drying. I'm going to put the turquoise on soon. These will get pinned up, and then I've got here, you can't see them right now, but I'll show you later, artificial beams. So I'll put them in strips across to hide the joints of the MDF. And then I've got to decide whether I'm going to have beams going both ways, in both directions, because there'll still be, the beams will go down this way, but these joints will still be showing, because these will be end to end. So it depends how obvious they are and whether it look too much to get two lots of beams. So let's get this stencil done. That seemed easy to do. Just need to see the end result now. So I should really let it dry before I lift it up, but I do want to have a peek, so I'm going to do that. I'll do it from this side because that side's taped down more. I can leave that tape on to put it back down to then put another coat on. Let's have a look. Ooh, how is it going to look? Do I like it or not? Oh my god, it looks amazing! But I've pulled it off. Oh no, what an idiot. I should have just left it. Oh, I love it. looks so good. Oh wow, it looks like it's amazing. Ta-da! How nice is that? Okay. Waffling on quite a bit about bits and bobs that I've bought, but let's go back to some of the major things that I've changed, like these patio doors. So they were aluminium originally, and I've changed them to they were like silver aluminium. I think they're still aluminium, but with a UPVC covering, so to make them look like dark wood. So that's been done. These walls have all been insulated as well. So that, and it was all tiled floor to ceiling in these tiles, as was the office, as I said earlier, but they've been taken off half of the room, but as I'm still using it as a kitchen, I haven't changed those just yet. It'll be extended right to the end of where the back of this building is. So it'll be about another 3.5 meters, maybe 4 meters long. And that area, that little corridor there, which I'll just use as a bit of a junk storage room, the washing machine's there. Probably keep the washing machine there. Oh, no. Yes, I will. I'm going to keep the washing machine there, close that in and open it from the other side, which is what is the dressing room. Pomegranate. Pomegranate. Central heating. I love pomegranates. I might have mentioned that before, I don't know. So there's one and there's another one. So even though the house needs a lot of work, still a lot of plans which should go on over the next year or so, I still like to put little niceties around. Everything that's in it was I've either found it or it was already in the property. I've pinched it from the house that my sister bought, or I've got it from the local Rastro market. There's very few items that I've bought absolutely new. So, it's a poster, so even that was super cheap, of the Carnival of Cadiz 2023, and I've just got it framed in that really nice antique-y looking frame. So my aim is to have a kind of modern look with the fixtures and fittings and smooth walls, but with antique furnishings. On these doors, I am going to put some, you can see I've got the curtain wires on them to put some, not foil, like a net, whatever you call it, muslin curtain on there. And I'm wanting quite a lot of brass to give it this antique look. This was already in the shelf thing. That's just a cheap IKEA shelf rack that was already here. So I've painted that the same colour as what my front door is going to be, and bought those little pink antique glasses that I really like. So everything's just temporarily in place. I got those new slippers in Granada today, actually, I really like them. So yeah, I've painted, the doors were just a bit glossy, so I'm liking that brown chalk paint. Excuse the mess, but I want you to see it how it is. There's the hot water bottle that's ready for bed tonight. And then I'm working quite a bit in the office, but what I like to do, I find it really hard to sit still. I think I've got a bit of an issue. So once I've been sat for about 45 minutes or so, I think, right, I need to do something. So then I love painting. So I've just been painting, and that's just, relaxes me, believe it or not. I like ironing too. So yeah, as I was saying, everything pretty much so far is recycled, and I want to try to keep it that way as much as possible. This table was already in when I bought the property, but I varnished that in a dark varnish and bought some glass to put on top of it. And this crocheted table runner I put underneath the glass to give it that antique feel. I know it doesn't look like anything now, but when it's all done, when it all comes together, it will. And as I was carrying this through from the tablecloth from my sister's, I saw my neighbour, and she said, "Oh, so-and-so made that." That's what it's like in these villages. So she knew that was crocheted by
previous owner, or even the owner before that, of my sister's house that she bought. Wow. A lot of these things are from when I was younger, things of my parents to remind me of those times, and a little lovely vase off my sister with Holly Hobby. Remember Holly Hobby? So she bought me that because I used to love Holly Hobby as I was a kid. When I was a kid, yeah. Yeah. What else? Yeah, my dad made that. That's there for now. That'll go somewhere different because it's not going to fit in with the style. And this, another poster. So the poster that's above the fire is a picture of the Feria of Jerez. Another poster that I've got from the local council and had it framed. This one's mounted and framed. I actually like the frame better on the one of the Cadiz poster, but I do love that picture. Absolutely adore it. I bought this from the antique shop, so this is in fitting with the style that I'm wanting. And another crocheted tablecloth that I pinched from somewhere. And then we go outside, and this goes down to the garden, which I'm slowly developing into a Moroccan style. Oh, we've got a little bit of a sunset there. It's looking good. And more pomegranates. I just bought myself some pink poinsettias. Absolutely lovely. Okay, right, that's that. I've chosen a bit of a mad colour for the bedroom, bright yellow, which I'm quite surprised myself in choosing this colour. But I think mixed with antique furniture, which I'm going to do, darks, yellow, sort of antique style bedding with dark green throw, I'm thinking, to bring it all together. Let's hope it's going to work. Now into my yellow bedroom. There was part of the wall that was sticking out, and I've painted it dark brown to make it look like a wooden beam. So you can just see that there. The bed was second-hand off Facebook. I think I only paid about €70 for it. It's got a nice solid footboard as well, but you can't see it here. But the end of it is dark brown as well. The bedding's from Zara. The rug is IKEA, but it looks very antique-like. And then I just got these traditional style wall lamps to make it look a little bit oldie worldy. The bedside cabinets were taken from the house my sister bought. And the picture on the wall was what a friend painted of me, there we go, in a flamenco dress. Didn't ask her to. She took it off my Facebook and kindly painted it. The mirror I already had. And yeah, so everything, it's all been quite cheap. It may get a revamp in the future, but I'm happy for now. This is wood that I've purchased to fill in the alcoves that are either side of the fireplace, which is in front of me from where I'm stood now. One of them is much wider than the other, so the plan was to put one shelf there with a TV on. That plan, since videoing this, since putting the shelf in, has also changed, because as it's going to be a kitchen diner, I've decided that in that alcove I want quite a big Smeg style fridge in there, but the shelves on the narrow side will stay. It was quite essential to get a log burner fitted, so I've gone for it. I bought it second hand for €200 off a friend. Those boxes there are the tiles to go on this wall up the stairs, because it had shiny tiles on that I didn't want. Now the log burner flue has had to go up through the ceiling, but then we had to dodge a beam on the ceiling on this floor, so it's had to be put in eventually a slight angle rather than putting an elbow in it, because that was the quickest way. And here there was a wooden beam that had to be taken out, and the beam that's near the stairs at the edge of the ceiling onto the stairs here, that's concrete and it was wooden. It had to be removed so that it didn't catch fire. I've told the builders to leave the ceiling like this because it's given me the idea to pull the whole false ceiling down, check what the beams are like, probably reform them, leave them exposed, but it also gives me an opportunity to make sure that they're in good order and that I don't need to change any. It's coming on. My pomegranate tree's definitely growing a lot. This cactus has gone really quite crazy.
I have recycled just about everything. There's not much I've bought for this garden. This was given to me by a friend who moved into a property that had it lying around. There's amazing how many of those are around in Spain, 10 a penny. And hopefully this jasmine in the corner is going to grow quite quickly up and over the pagoda there. There was a sale up for the summer and a little swing chair. The sale needs hooking off. I'm just not quite tall enough. So I've got this climber here that in autumn has red leaves, and I'm just going to train it across that cable there. Thinking of getting eventually some fancy metalwork to put across that. So everything is evolving. Things will change as we go. The ceiling's not going to last forever. So I've done that for now. And again, I'll have to think of a plan B for that that'll be more permanent. So but it's looking good, you know. It's nice. Artificial beams. That's just MDF, but with the humidity, you know, it might start to belly in the middle. I'll just have to see how it goes. And I've got a projector up to relax. So this is like the living room for the summer, really. I've got those 2 square holes. I've got a bar going across because I've got to hang a Moroccan type rug or something off there. Still need to get that. And these good old IKEA curtains that are there for now, but I'm wanting a different fabric eventually that's going to fit in a lot more with my Moroccan theme. Hydrangea plant that's gone crazy. Difficult to grow hydrangeas in Spain that need a lot of water, but that is tucked in the corner in the shade, and obviously keep it watered very, very regularly. Still not moved the tree trunk. That is waiting for somebody to shift it, and I'm wanting new covers on the cushions. But yeah, it's looking a lot better. Hope you think so too. Oh, this mirror was in my old house and it's just stuck out in the garden forever, so I've hung that up there. Yeah, so this, as I said, that sofa was upstairs in this house when I moved in, so I didn't like it indoors, but I thought it's great for there. So it's good. I like it. It's nice to use, particularly on an evening. Now, if you've waited this long to find out what made me scream, thank you for staying with me throughout the video, and let's see what was in the ceiling. Para! Well, hope you enjoyed that so far. So I'm sitting now in my office area, or it's like the entrance of the property, which has also progressed since earlier in the video or earlier in the year. You can see the log burner now is in the corner, and the tiles that I've chosen are on the wall of the log burner and on the staircase wall behind. The roof, the false ceiling's been taken down, and I'm desperate to get the beams refurbed, so I'm just waiting for somebody to do that for me. So I took the ceiling down and then scraped all of the junk off the beams, took one out. There was a lot of paint on the beams that needed to come out so that the plaster will stick to it. We will then be plastering between them, and I'm thinking of painting that plaster quite a nice colour and letting it then blend into the wall. So let's see, that's the next stage. The next thing you will see, the next video, will be hopefully the kitchen and dining area complete, as well as this ceiling done. You can see the full office area finished with all of the final last 10% touches, which I always think is the most important part of any refurb, the final 10%. Easiest part, but makes the biggest difference. Now, watch this space as well, because I've got new videos coming up soon that you might be interested in. Obviously, apart from the house sales that I'm putting on. One, I'm going to go through the process of purchasing a property in Spain, and then the other, I am planning on doing a video about how I moved to Spain without work here, on my own at aged 49. Okay, that was 4 years ago. Okay, so look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now. If you enjoyed that video and would like to see more like it on Spain, properties in Spain, refurbishments in Spain, then please remember to subscribe to the channel and pop a like on this video.